YouTube in the building. Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo Rodriguez. I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to my channel, Too Great. Welcome to Financial Education University. This is the content they do not teach in schools. If you're trying to learn how to become wealthy, gain that financial education, really become a financially literate individual, you're in the right place. I highly recommend you consider subscribing. Now, let's dive into the content. I want to talk about big purchases. We're talking, spending $10,000, $20,000, up to $100,000, right? And the crazy thing is, just the number one purchase I want to go over is education. But there's different forms of education. There's education and then there's the school system. I highly recommend, most definitely invest in your education. But the path that I see, is a reoccurring trending topic, not only in today's world, but, even back then too. It's just, going down the safe route, doing what you are told, go to that university and get that safe job and, make your salary till you retire at age 65. And that, to me, that's just crazy how it's a reoccurring cycle. That's what the system wants you to do. They want to pump out an employee, so now they got you in the rat race. Get yourself in debt in this university, pay it off in the long run, 10, 20 years, suffer a little bit, pay it off, and now by the time you're 65 and retire, you can enjoy life. To me, that's crazy. I don't know, how they're doing a great job at it though, because they reoccurring, pumping and pumping more and more employees into this economy. And I just hope that there's different opportunities in today, especially in today's age, where you could really take advantage of those opportunities, and you don't have to do what everyone else tells you to do. You could just do what you want to do. Think about what you like, what you really want to do. What are your goals? What are your aspirations and motivations? Really pay attention to what you want in this life. Life is too short. Make the most of what you can. But big purchases is what I'm trying to get at. Everyone joins the education system, the big university, even if it's a community college, sometimes it can be expensive. And what I'm trying to get at is basically, this is a $10,000 investment. And sometimes we don't even have this $10,000, so we got to take out a loan, borrow it from someone else. And what I want to really get at with this video is just learning to use your resources. How I was mentioning in video 1 and 2, use what's already out there to your advantage. Now, we went over in the last video, we went over loans, try to pick a amount that is, reasonable within yourself, a price point where, you're thinking in the back of your head, I can pay this off in the long run, 5, 10,000 maybe, but that's still on the pricey end for some. And then make sure that loan has a low interest rate. You want to avoid those high interest rates, right? We talked about credit and building up a good credit in the previous video. I highly recommend you check that video out. Very valuable content in that video. But yeah, that's what you want to aim for. Low interest on a reasonable loan, right? My point is, try to use your resources. Become resourceful. There are a bunch of people supplying out with donations, scholarships, grants, whether that's from the government, whether that's, applying it within your university, or just, third parties. Really take advantage of these opportunities. It's just being resourceful, taking the time to look it up on the internet, XYZ, scholarship, XYZ, essay for $5,000 or $500, no matter what the case may be, it's a free 500, it's a free, even if it's a 100. Let's say you gotta type an essay for 1 hour, at max, and they give you $100 for it. Some people make $15, $12 an hour. Think about what you can be doing, with your time, really being resourceful of those opportunities and really taking advantage the opportunity, taking action on that. By you taking action on that of your resources, you can be able to decrease the amount of money you're taking out for this loan. So instead of $5,000, that you initially wanted to put up on your loan, let's say you did your research, for a couple hours, you're able to get $2,000 worth of scholarships. Now 5,000 minus the 2,000 that you just gained. Now you could take a $3,000 loan. So that's just being resourceful, making sure that yes, you're still taking a loan, but you're putting yourself in a better position to pay it off, still build your credit, and just not put yourself in that position where, you know, you're gonna be in bad debt. You know, they're gonna send you to collections, really try to ruin your credit score, and then, you know, take something valuable from you. You do not want to put yourself in that position, right? That's the big purchase to me that is so common within, you know, kids age 18, people who, you know, they've been working for a while and they've been thinking about going back to school. You know, there are, and then not only that, be resourceful. That the schooling system is not the only way to make money. You know, really take initiative, do your research, take advantage of the abundant opportunities that are presented not only in the world, on the internet. You know, this is a constantly growing day and age we live in right now, whereas nothing is the same forever. Every day there's always a new innovation, something new's coming out, and this is our time to really take advantage of the opportunities presented. That's all I'm really trying to get at. Another big purchase I want to talk about is just cars and homes. I looked it up. Homes are the number one expense U.S. consumers, you know, have. That's what we spend the most money on. That's our biggest bill, whether that's our mortgage, we're renting, you know, helping out with rent, no matter the case may be. Housing is the number one thing that we spend our money on. So what I'm trying to get at again, really be resourceful. That's what I'm trying to push to you guys in the back of the head. Does that make sense? You know, be resourceful of the things out there. Whether, you know, taking the appropriate loan, you know, try to build your credit score to get that low interest rate, or lower than, you know, previous, you know, you take any percentage lower. Make sure they give you, you know, a reasonable time to pay that off. Make sure you could actually fulfill that amount and be able to, you know, keep it in the back of your head. Can you really pay this off, right? But also, you know, there's so many tricks on learning how to house hack, really. You know, you can have look, I'll give you a couple, and they might seem like, wow, like people already said that, but just to put it in front of your face, you know, you already learned about all this valuable content, but just be resourceful like I'm trying to get at. You know, you can have a roommate, you can split the rent. You can live upstairs and you can rent out to your tenants, maybe the basement. You can even have someone just rent out a room. You know, or another thing is, let's say your home has a garage, rent out the garage. These little $100 that you're splitting with someone else really comes a long way, because, you know, that's every month. They keep paying you that $150, you know, that $500 in the basement, that $300 for the other room, the half rent with your roommate. You know, those dollars adds up. You're building cash flow now. Now that's where the real wealth is at. And not only are they giving you money, but they're also reducing the amount that you owe. So not only are you making, you're paying less. I hope that makes sense, you know. But that's just really capitalizing on the resources that are available to you. You just gotta put, you know, your mind to it, look out for these resources, and really take action on this. Same thing with a car. If I, you know, got a brand new car, there's so many options. Like, we already went over the loans. I hope, you know, that makes sense. But there's so many options that you can make making more money with your car, whether that's renting it out to someone for the weekend. They pay you, you know, $200 for using your car. Putting your car in service. You know, you could go to a service like Uber or Lyft, and this is not sponsored by them, but, you know, just being resourceful. Or maybe give someone rides, and, you know, they give you an extra, you know, 10, 20, 30 on the side for it. That's all it is. Or maybe even go to a renting company. You know, you rent your car for the month. They pay you X amount of dollars. You know, that's an available option as well. My point is, use your resources. You know, try not to put yourself in as much debt, and still try to make money with the assets. You know, don't make them a liability. Find a way to make them an asset. To make, basically what that is a way that can make yourself more money. So it might not be a complete asset that, you know, might take off and that's profit, but it's taking, you know, relieving some debt off, you know, and weight off your shoulders. And that's what I'm trying to get at. The last expense or purchase that I want to get at is just personal taste, interests that are just not valuable at all. Whether that's designer clothing, you know, high end, you know, X amount of dollars, 1,000 plus, even 500 plus for a t-shirt. Let's just try to get at that. Like, that's way too high. Let's say jewelry that doesn't even, you know, grow in value within time. You know, these are unnecessary purchases. Yes, they look and feel good for the moment being, but if you look at it for the long term, they are not really helping you out as an asset. They're more a liability, meaning they're gonna decrease in value, meaning you spend more than what you can get for it back, and they're just putting yourself in a position where you're making yourself poor. And you don't. This is, becoming financially literate. You do not want to put yourself in that position. This is a lot of content we went over. Feel free to look back on it. Go back a couple seconds, review some of the points we went over. But I really hope you took value from the content we just went over. That's all I have for you guys today. Now let's go over a investment that is for you. Click on the link below, absolutely free. Enter your email address, and you get my YouTube Freedom Blueprint access for free. It's just an investment of your time. Really, just check out the opportunity and really capitalize on it if it's for you. Link below, that simple. But I really hope you guys enjoy the content. Give it a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Comment, what you guys think. Subscribe most definitely, and share this out to someone who could really benefit from it. Avoiding those big purchases, or if they're in that position to make that big purchase, find resources that can alleviate the weight off them, the debt a little bit off them. I hope you guys have a great one. That's all I have for right now. Peace out.